Hey there, welcome to Tea Time Tangles, your cozy corner for immersive storytelling. Today's tale comes from the web novel The Duke's Masked Wife, written by Violet167. So grab your tea, get comfy, and let's step into a world of twists, turns, and tangled fates. Chapter 1, Contract Marriage. Duke Edgar, please spend the night with my daughter, and you'll see she's an excellent choice for your wife, the bold mother said, pushing her daughter toward the Duke as he passed by. All eyes were on the three of them. After all, Duke Edgar was the main topic of the evening. I wasn't aware your daughter had started working in the red light district. I'm not searching for a wife there, Duke Edgar remarked coolly as he stepped aside to pass the disappointed mother and daughter. He had arrived less than 3 minutes ago, and this was already the second mother-daughter pair trying to gain his favor. Ever since word had spread that he was looking for a wife, this had become a regular occurrence. The culprit behind the rumor? None other than the scheming king, who clearly had nothing better to do than to meddle in his friend's life. Unsurprisingly, many women had taken the bait, pushing their daughters into the Duke's path in hopes of securing a title. Duke Edgar Collins, the only son and heir to vast lands, lived a life akin to royalty. Thanks to his close ties with the king, there were few things beyond his reach. He had a reputation for being cunning and dangerous. But when money entered the equation, people quickly forgot about his past. Duke Collins is here, a young woman whispered to her companion as Edgar entered the Baron's estate. This is going to be a pain, Edgar sighed inwardly. He already knew how the night would unfold. Endless offers to marry freshly trained young women, all eager to manage a household. Their desperate search for husbands made the room unbearably warm. He needed a cold drink to escape the rising heat. Why had he agreed to attend this party? Baron Desmond Barrett, the host, was the owner of a failing estate. Someone Edgar had never cared for. He couldn't understand why a man on the brink of financial ruin would throw such an extravagant gathering. Trying to speed up his eviction, perhaps? Duke Collins, the Baron, greeted him, hair tied back in his usual ponytail and wearing a black and white suit that matched his salt and pepper hair. Edgar didn't miss how the man announced his arrival like a young girl debuting at a ball. Baron, he replied curtly. It's so kind of you to visit my home and attend my party, Desmond said, genuinely surprised. He was a bundle of nerves from fending off questions from guests who had come solely to see the Duke. Desmond had made sure everyone knew Edgar would be attending. Save it, Baron. You know why I'm here. Unlike the king, I'm not convinced you have the information I need, Edgar said, referring to the recent string of young women who had gone missing. Desmond had sent a note claiming to have leads and insisted on meeting here. Edgar, however, had seen through the charade. Of course I know why you're here, but it would be rude not to offer you a drink first, Edgar. Forgive me, but you seem to be sweating quite a lot, Desmond said, glancing around, wondering if more windows should be open. I didn't come here for a drink, Edgar growled, grabbing the Baron by the neck in full view of the guests. I might have time to waste these days, but I don't like having it wasted. If you summoned me here as party entertainment, I'll make sure you regret it by morning. I'm sorry, Desmond choked out, feet dangling as Edgar lifted him. He'd heard tales of Duke's temper but assumed they were exaggerated. He tried to swallow, but Edgar's grip made it impossible. Sorry, Edgar's hold tightened. Sounds like you're admitting you don't have anything for me. It wouldn't take long to snap the neck of a scrawny old man. Is this entertaining enough for your guests? He whispered in the Baron's ear. Desmond's entire body shuddered at Edgar's icy breath. I have information, I swear. It's upstairs. Good boy, Edgar said, dropping him. Why wait to say that? Were you hoping I'd kill you? No, Duke. I should have brought it right away. Forgive me. Can you put me down before people get the wrong idea about you? Desmond begged, though his real concern was the humiliation of being strangled at his own party. Of course, Edgar released him. I'll need space to be alone while you retrieve it. Somewhere outside. I'd like to smoke. The garden is off limits, so no one will be there, but my daughter would like a moment with you. If you could spare just a minute, I'd appreciate it. Do I look like a shooting star to you, Baron? Edgar asked, towering over him. A shooting star? I don't understand, Edgar. How could you be one? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why you think I'd grant your daughter's wish. Now go fetch what you promised. Yes, sir. Edgar made a mental note. This would be his last house call under the king's orders. The Baron was nothing more than an opportunist, using Edgar's name to boost his guest list. Before anyone could throw their daughter at him, Edgar chose a random direction, hoping it would lead to the garden. He'd never been to the Baron's home before, and frankly, hoped he'd never return. Follow after him, someone muttered behind him. Edgar pulled a cigar from his coat pocket and stepped outside. He'd known this night would call for a smoke. The cold air stung his skin, almost pushing him to retreat indoors. Instead, he lit the cigar. Better to brave the chill than suffer the hungry gazers inside. I should have brought 2 coats, he muttered. As he passed the stairs, Edgar spotted a young woman hurrying through the cold, hugging a thin coat tightly around herself. That's a little thin to protect you, isn't it? He called out, making his presence known. The woman froze, startled that someone had noticed her. The party is inside, she said cautiously. I'm well aware of that, Alessandra. Why are you tensing up? Did you think I wouldn't know your name? Who else would wear a mask in the Baron's house if not his so-called cursed daughter? After a pause, she replied, Are you not afraid of me? No, there are far scarier things in life, darling. Why would a mask frighten me? He said, exhaling smoke into the night. That'll be the end of you if you don't stop, she said, the pungent scent reaching her nose. Good. It'll speed things up. Are you afraid of me? He asked, noticing she still hadn't turned around. I'm not aware of who you are, she said. Right. Edgar Collins. Just Edgar is fine. The Duke? Alessandra's eyes widened. She hadn't believed her father when he said the Duke would be here. They say you're to be married. Is that why you're here? For my sister? I'd rather end it now. No offense, he added, out of politeness. None of the women in there will be my wife. They're like matching dolls from the same set. What about me? She asked nervously. If I asked you to marry me, what would you say? What none of you seem to grasp is that marrying me would mean a loveless union. I've never wanted to marry, but the rumors won't stop. What if I don't want you to love me? Edgar chuckled. Most marriages these days didn't begin with love, but eventually, someone always caught feelings. there's no guarantee you wouldn't come to expect it. What about a contract? Alessandra offered. She was desperate, willing to use him as a way out of her father's home. And that wraps up today's chapter of The Duke's Masked Wife. If you're enjoying the journey so far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more storytime sessions right here at Tea Time Tangles. New chapters drop regularly, so keep your teacup full and your notifications on. Until next time.